Welcome back. We need to forget about the politics for a moment and do a strict review of the final moments of Alex Pretti's life. What we saw on the street was not professional police work. It was a complete disaster of basic arrest procedures. This led to something experts call officer created jeopardy. This means the officers created the danger themselves. Today, we're going to break down exactly how the failure to follow basic rules created the panic that killed the man. To understand what went wrong, you have to understand the correct way to do high risk traffic stop. When police think a suspect has a gun, the number one goal is to get control from a safe distance. Police do this using basic rule called contact and cover. I know this because I come from a law enforcement family. My father was a federal police officer for several years. My mother was a maximum security prison officer for decades. I consulted with my dad about this exact thing. Many of the people online who are law enforcement and willing to talk about this have talked about this exact topic. One officer and only one is the contact. They are the only voice the suspect hears. Their job is to give clear step-by-step commands. They do this to get the suspect into a safe position before anyone touches them. Only when the suspect is totally lying flat on their stomach with their legs crossed, a position where they cannot fight back, does the contact officer walk up to put on the handcuffs. However, putting the handcuffs on is only step one. What happens next decides if everyone goes home alive. And this is where the agents fail Alex Pretti. In a standard high risk stop, once the suspect is handcuffed, the contact officer immediately does a search. Watch the discipline here in this video. The body is divided into 4 sections. The search is careful, starting from the head and working down to the feet, checking the chest and waistline, while cover officers watch safely. If this rule had been followed with Alex Pretti, the contact officer would have carefully reached Alex's waist, felt the gun, and calmly said weapon located. The gun would have been taken away safely while Alex was pinned and powerless. Total control, zero panic. Now compare that standard to what actually happened. Because the officers skipped the proper search and swarmed him instead, you have multiple agents blindly grabbing at Alex's body all at once. During this violent tug of war, an agent blindly feels the gun on Alex's hip and panics. He starts screaming, "Gun! Gun! Gun!" This screaming instantly caused what we call contagious fire. Because the agents were already super stressed and standing in each other's line of fire, that panic scream was all it took for them to start shooting. They shot him for having a weapon they never took the time to find safely. Look at the body movements in this video. One agent is pulling his left wrist. Another agent is yanking his right arm the other way. A third is pushing down on his back. They are all pulling in different directions. This bad teamwork causes an automatic physical reaction. It puts officers in danger of shooting each other, and it makes it physically impossible for Alex to obey. Any movement Alex makes to stop the pain in his arms is seen as fighting back. But the physical chaos was not as bad as the mental chaos. We hear something called command overlap. We counted at least 6, maybe 8 different voices screaming different orders at the same exact time. Get down versus don't move. Hands up versus give me your hand. Under stress, a person's brain can shut down. It blocks out sound, screaming different commands, causes total brain overload. It is impossible for a person to process 8 different orders while being yanked in 3 different directions at once. The official report says Alex was fighting back. That is not true. Alex Pretti wasn't resisting arrest. He was panicking. He was physically unable to obey different commands and forces coming from panic agents. When you forget the contact and cover rule, one voice, one plan, one leader, you guarantee chaos. The agents created the exact panic they used as an excuse to shoot. By forgetting the basics, they didn't even stop a threat. They created one. And Alex Pretti paid for the lack of discipline with his life.